100 years, the legal profession has measured its value 1/10 of an hour at a time. The billable hour wasn't just a pricing tool. It became the default language of law firm economics and professional identity. But what happens when the work no longer takes hours? In this final segment, we return to a question technology has forced to the surface. If time is no longer a reliable measure of legal value, what replaces it? John Gerak has watched that transformation unfold from inside one of the largest employment defense firms in the country. A shareholder at Ogletree Deakins, Gerak represents corporate clients in complex litigation and high-volume disputes. Increasingly, the questions he faces aren't just legal, they're economic.
How do you charge for delivering an outstanding product in no time at all because you have technology? Do you charge for the technology? Do you charge more for the time? Do you flat fee the engagement? I think you're going to see a lot more of flat fee activity where there is a fee for a service as opposed to being a billable hour.
The old pricing logic, more time, more value, no longer holds. Gen AI tools now summarize deposition transcripts, redline contracts, even generate multi-jurisdictional compliance documents in minutes. The billable hour hasn't caught up, and that disconnect is creating friction. Clients expect faster turnaround, but they also expect cost savings. Firms, meanwhile, have to rethink what exactly they're selling. Gerak says that process is already underway.
We've heard for decades now that the billable hour is going to be dead. I do think we're headed toward an environment that the billable hour is going to be less significant in how we charge for our services.
Ogletree is shifting, slowly, not because it's trendy, but because the math is changing.
You're still going to have a hourly billing on litigation. I think is probably going to be a lot longer than 5-10 years. I mean, sometimes you have a portfolio arrangement with a client where you do all of their work and here's your fee. I think you'll see more of that. I think you'll see more of project work. Let's say you're doing a reduction in force that's going to impact 1,000 people across 20 states. You're going to get, instead of hourly, you're going to see more and more of those on here's what it's going to cost X dollars. And to leverage technology to do a lot of that.
These aren't experiments, they're structural changes. Flat fees for regulatory compliance. Set pricing for multi-state layoffs, standardized scopes powered by standardized tools.
You're doing 20 different states, have all different release language that's required. We've got technology that can modify your agreement to pull in the right release language for each state. Identify who's over and under 40 years old, so you have your compliance with the Older Worker Benefits Protection Act. But I think those things will lean more toward flat fee agreements going forward and away from hourly.
That level of precision used to require teams of junior attorneys. Now it requires one well-trained lawyer and one well-designed interface. The result? More output in less time, but also more ambiguity about what the output is worth.
So for me right now, a lot of the things that I used to ask associates to do, paralegals to do, they can do much faster. We could handle a higher volume of work and a volume of activities at the same time.
That's not just a workflow shift. It's a professional shift. Associates are no longer measured by how much time they can spend, but by how well they can leverage tools.
And I think law firms that are more nimble in their pricing will do better in that environment because every single project's going to have a different, they're going to take different amount of time, leverage different technology. So it's really going to take those law firms who are at the forefront using it quite frequently to be able to say, I could do this in 5 hours. I can do this in 2 days, whatever the case may be. So those who are using it now and more frequently will have a real head start on everybody else.
The firms that win, Gerak believes, will be those that embrace this complexity, not hide from it. They'll use flat fees, project-based pricing, maybe even subscriptions. Not because they have to, but because they've realized that time is no longer the most honest proxy for value. The billable hour may never fully disappear, but its dominance is eroding, and in its place, a more demanding question remains. What is good legal judgment worth when the clock is no longer running?